What are the hallmarks of a really special Tredegar performance? Obviously you've won the British Open, didn't you? So you've been there and done it. But what are your most special performances that come back to you with the band? That it might not even be the one that you won. It might just be a really memorable performance that you all loved. You know.
I think well we've won the Open twice now, and the second time was on it was the Arabian Nights.
Scheherazade,
Scheherazade, and I mean that performance was because it's like a high wire act for band all the way through, and I think most pieces as I get older, you know halfway through a performance whether it's going to be not our day, or it's a fairly good solid performance, or crikey, we're really on this here. And Scheherazade was so difficult all the way through. It was like jumping over hurdles, I guess. We'd sort of do the first one and think, okay, that one, okay. Next one, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, and so normally by halfway through, I would have been saying, right, this is we're on it here. But that piece, there were so many difficult moments right towards the end that you couldn't even consider that, because I think there's a tenor horn entry, right? Everybody saw the tenor horn has to come in on a high G sharp, completely alone, and I mean that could put you from fifth in 1 second. So, but that before it was absolutely just thrilling, wasn't it? Absolutely an amazing performance. The first time we won it, actually, my lasting memory of that performance is when we came off the stage, walking down behind the stage with the bass trombone player. He said to me, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, I think we blew it in the first 8 bars, because there's a bass drum and timpani. It's the Mahler, Bruckner piece.
Shoulders of Giants.
Shoulders of Giants.
Okay. Yeah.
And we, instead of going bop bop bop, I was went bop 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 bop. So I'd sort of given up after 10 bars, but fortunately the judges kept listening. But I mean, as far as if there's a trademark sort of elements to a Tredegar performance for a contest, I mean, yeah, it's a contest and we want to win, but I always like the band to take a few risks with the music. And obviously we wanted them to be no mistakes and no split notes and not out of tune and stuff like that. But I think the comment we get most of the time about the positive things about the band is the massive range of dynamics. Not just the loud, because most bands can play loud, but we do work really hard, and this because most test pieces have that special soft moment, and I think Tredegar are probably certainly the best I've ever heard at those moments. Whether it's the Welsh, they tell me it's the Welsh, but I point out to them that there are many English members of the Tredegar band.
They're not helping. They don't play at the quiet moments. It's Welsh ones that do the special moments.
But seriously, that's what I want people to. I want our performance to have some identity. I don't want it just to be a correct, successful performance. I actually want it to be something that makes people go wow, or maybe it makes them even have a little emotional moment, because I have to say, on stage I have to stay completely in control of myself, not to get too excited if it's going well, but there are moments where
you did at the end of Arabian Nights.
I jumped off the floor.
You jumped.
But you are a very calm conductor, though, aren't you? Your style. If us watchers were to watch you conducting, and we were to go through, give a little description, you're very calm, precise. You look totally relaxed.
Say who, Paul? Who?
Say that again.
In comparison to.
Well, I'm not comparing like for like, but
no, we know what you mean.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Ian's very calm on stage, and there's like a calming influence, and that's great.
I think again, going back to Jim Watson, I always think I'm always thinking as a player. I never go on stage thinking really. I'm interested in is how those players are going to play, because that's what the judges hear. And I always think back to Jim. I mean, Jim was very, very efficient. Obviously, that big left hand. I had no trouble seeing actually what was going on. but he never looked flustered. You know, it was always just, and it was always exactly the same as it was in the band room. And I think for a competition performance, because, you know, they are stressful, whether it's, you know, the local contest at in the town, they're stressful situations for players, and, you know, nerves.
Yeah.
You know, we work so hard for these contests that nobody wants to let each other down. And I see myself really as just somebody who's just trying to manage that situation and make it possible for those players to do their best and not get in the way.
Yeah, I was going to come to that actually. How do you deal with that? Have you got structures in place for your members, so from the point of view of mental well-being and just making sure they're okay? Have you got things that you do as a band before a performance?
Not I mean, I have to say, Tredegar, they're pretty self-sufficient in that area now, because most of them they've either been, you know, they've studied music, so they've had classes in well-being and performance anxiety, and they sort of know how to deal with it. There's the odd one, maybe I know somebody's having a little bit of a stress time. I'll just speak to them on their own. You know, I'll just take them to one side, or maybe just before the performance. So, you know, I often joke to them, say, look, do you need a cuddle or do you need a slap? not an actual slap, but there are, you know, some people.
Yeah, they like to be angry. Yeah,
they sort of shut down, and if you don't bring them out of that sort of, they'll go walkers on stage, and you've got to bring them back into reality, into the, you know, it's only playing a musical instrument. It's not actually dangerous.
So I was lucky enough to be on a Zoom masterclass with Joe Alessi, the New York Philharmonic trombone player, last week, and he talked about that actually. He said on one of his auditions, he got really angry with himself before the audition. So he went into one of the dressing rooms and just shouted at himself in the mirror and really gave himself a good talking to. Yeah. And by the time he got on the stage, he was so calm after giving himself a good telling off. He played great and got the job, you know. So it is interesting that, you know.
Well,